Everyone's been telling you for years that the music business is a shell of its former self. They say that the glory days of the 70s and the 90s are gone. But if you look back at 2025 data, you'll see something shocking. The global music ecosystem is now worth $78 billion. That's right, $78 billion. It's the biggest the industry has ever been in history. And there's a catch though. The money isn't where you think it is, and it's certainly not being distributed the way it used to be. Now today, I start looking at these new calculations. I'm going to break down the 5 sectors that make up this $78 billion pie, including the massive surge in live events and the superfan economy, and also what it means for you if you're trying to make it today. Now let's start with the biggest slice of the pie. For the first time in the modern era, live events have officially overtaken recorded music as the industry's primary revenue driver. Now we're talking 44% of the entire industry, and that's $35 billion. Now we've seen the ticket prices, whether it's massive stadium tours or local festivals. People are desperate for a real experience in a world of AI and digital perfection. The one thing you can't fake is live performance. Now this is where the high energy professionals are winning. I'm talking tour managers, front of house engineers, booking agents. These are the busiest people in the business right now. But there's a downside. Newer bands are getting squeezed by the sheer cost of the touring logistics. Now, if you're a young band, you're competing with that $500 ticket price for the big legacy acts. It is a boom, but it's a lopsided boom. So the next sector I'm going to look at is streaming. It's the engine that keeps the labels alive. It makes up 26% of the total ecosystem, just over $20 billion. Now, we're talking a lot about the algorithm lately. And in 2025, paid subscriptions hit over 800 million global users. That sounds great, but for the artists who are still looking at fractions of a penny. Now, if you want to work in a sector, you have to be some kind of data analysis. Now, I've talked to the guys at the majors. Some of them don't even listen to the bridge of a song. They're really just looking at the save rates, playlist positioning. Now, if you can master the data, you can actually build a career here, but don't expect the soul of the music to be the primary focus. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is publishing. Now, this is the one people always forget. The actual songs, the melodies, the lyrics, the bones of the music. Now, the sector accounts for 13% of the industry, and that's nearly $10 billion. Now, back in 2025, the song was the most valuable asset you could own. And this is where you're seeing these massive catalog sales, people buying the rights to Sting and Genesis and Oasis. Copyright administrators and metadata specialists are the unsung heroes here. Now, if your metadata isn't perfect, you are leaving money on the table in 150 different territories. Now, this is why I tell you, write your own songs. The master recording is one thing, but the publishing is the gift that keeps on giving. Now, going to get to the superfan economy and the vinyl resurgence in a second, but if you want to write the kind of songs that actually generate that $10 billion, don't forget to like and subscribe. So the fourth sector I want to talk about is physical merchandise. Now, superfans, if You combine physical media at nearly $5 billion and merchandise at $4 billion, you get about $9 billion of the industry. Now, vinyl is in its 18th consecutive year of growth, 18 years. Now, fans in 2026 don't just want to access music. They want to own a piece of the artist. And this is the artifact economy. Now, product designers and e-commerce managers are making a killing here. We're seeing limited edition vinyl that costs $100 and sells out in minutes. It's not just t-shirts anymore. It's a brand. If you're an independent artist, your merch table is often the difference between a profitable tour and going home broke. So let me summarize. $78 billion industry. We're talking live events, 44%, streaming, 26%, publishing, 13%, physical media, 6%, merchandise, 5%, and then performance rights and sync, 6%. Well, the business is healthy, the money is flowing, but is music getting better? Now, when you have a $34 billion live sector, you sometimes get spectacle and fewer actual bands. And then when you've got a $20 billion streaming sector, you get shorter songs and hook first writing. And my advice, don't look at these percentages, look at the gaps in between. There's a massive opportunity for people who can bridge the gap between the high-tech streaming world and this high-touch live world. And whether you're a mixing engineer, a tour manager, 2026 is going to be about being a specialist in the world of generalists. So what do you guys think? Are you spending more on tickets and vinyl than you were 5 years ago? Let me know in the comments. Let me know how you think AI plays into this whole discussion. See you on the next one.